technical analysis using the morning star candlestick pattern, which, like the evening star pattern, can be quite common if less strict criteria is used, meaning the first candle doesn't always have to be a large red real-bodied candle, and the third candle doesn't need to be a large green real-bodied candle all the time. Among the more important characteristics are gaps between the real body of the second candle down from the real bodies of the first and third candles. Then greater confirmation of bullish sentiment will come when price trades and closes above the high of the pattern, which will in this case be the highest price from the first candle. A row of green candles here, but it's relatively slow in going higher, so it's not that certain there will be an immediate uptrend, especially with the recent bearish engulfing downswing taking price back to the starting point, which in this case means falling back down into the range of the morning star that defines a price range of support. Support holds with a bull hammer immediately rebounding price back up for the beginning of a contentious but eventually larger uptrend. Here's another example of 3 candles with shapes that don't fit the stricter criteria of a morning star diagram, but the overall structure is correct for the price action of a morning star. Namely, the middle or second candle has a gap between its real body and the real body of the candle before and the candle after it. Overall, this upswing point combines elements of a morning star and a bull hammer. In this case, the highest price of the 3 candles is the first candle, and once price closes above it, there's a stronger indication of building bullish sentiment, which eventually takes price back to the previous high. Expectedly, there's resistance upon contacting that range. Price does fall, but it doesn't go below the morning star's range. This highlights more neutral to bullish sentiment for what later turned out to be a bullish continuation range. Then when price does strongly fall back down to this area, price does continue to sell off strongly, but there's a noticeable bump in the form of a bull hammer delaying the downtrend temporarily. Such price action can take place when there's a strong downtrend contacting price with the support range defined by bullish reversal candles. Unlike the previous examples, the morning star on this chart has all 3 candles fit the strict criteria of a morning star candle pattern. The first candle is a larger red real-bodied candle, and the third candle is a larger green real-bodied candle, while the second candle is comparatively smaller, but also relatively balanced in terms of having near equal shorter upper and lower wicks. Price does trade and close immediately above the high of the morning star, which in this case is the highest price from the third candle, though there is somewhat of a delay before price rises significantly higher since there are some red candles keeping price relatively flat after going above the morning star. Support levels, including those from Fibonacci levels, can often run lines through the upper portion of reversal candles for upswing points, so expanding the retracement to the peak here, the retracement level does run through the upper portion of this morning star, which if all 3 candles were combined into a bull hammer, would demonstrate this more clearly with the opening and closing price above or in contact with the Fibonacci level, while the lower wick would generally be at or below the Fibonacci level. On the next chart, price falls under a clearly defined resistance area, centering on the lower to mid 15 range. Placing a Fibonacci retracement from recent lows up to this area demonstrates bullish progress with a noticeable incline where upswing points form around the retracement levels. However, price now drops below the uptrend line and is in line with the previous upswing point. Not too surprising to see price holding with bullish reversal candles, which have quick confirmation with a strong close higher, to produce price action that is similar but definitely not exactly like a morning star, because there's noticeable overlap with the real bodies of the candles, especially with the first and second candles, but overall there's a smooth V or U-shaped transition when looking at the closing prices, which can help highlight the smooth transition to bullish sentiment found with Morningstar type price action, which in this case precedes a strong breakout over the defined resistance range.